Hey everybody, I'm Alex Kemp and I'm the Weekday Gourmet. I'm here to show all of you guys how easy it is to cook gourmet any time of the day. Today I have a great lineup for you guys. I'm going to start out with a nice lemon thyme marinated flank steak and forbidden black rice with some pickled chard and a nice blood orange gastrique. So come on, join me. To start, I'm going to go ahead and get the forbidden rice started, and I'm just going to have 1 3/4 cup of water in a medium pot and go ahead and get that boiling. And I'm going to add salt because this is really the only time you can season the rice thoroughly. A little sprinkle of pepper. Measurement's not really needed, just kind of do what you want. And a tablespoon of unsalted butter, and that's going to give it a nice rich flavor. Let that come to a boil and then we'll add the rice. Alright, our water is boiling, so I'm going to go ahead and add the rice. Right like so. Give it a good stir. Cover it, and we'll just let it simmer for, it takes about 45 minutes till all the water is absorbed, and then we'll fluff it with a fork. Next up is the marinade for the skirt steak, and I just have a half-pound skirt steak here. And I'm just going to season it with a little bit of salt. I like to season the actual piece of meat instead of the marinade. That way I know how much salt is in it. It's hard to guess when you put it in the marinade. A little bit of pepper, actually a lot of pepper, helps bring out the flavors and it goes well with the forbidden rice. Alright, so to start off, we'll take the zest of a lemon. I always roll out the lemons. It gets the oils going. And it gets the juices going. Gets the juices flowing. Alright, just give that a quick chop. Right, like so. Doesn't need to be perfect, it's only a marinade. Okay, cut the lemons in half. Go ahead and squeeze into a bowl. I love the lemons in this, it brightens up the whole dish. And it goes well with the gastrique because we have blood orange. Alright, next up, I got about 2 large sprigs of thyme. Gonna go ahead and give those a good chop. You want it pretty finely chopped. And be sure not to get any stems in it because when you bite into a stem, it's not very appealing. Into the marinade that goes. And then I just have a couple cloves of garlic. 2 medium-sized ones, I'll say. Right in. Come on. And give that a good whisk. Then just take a gallon Ziploc bag. What I do so I don't have to keep on washing my hands, invert it like so, grab your meat, put it back in right like that. Add the marinade, and then my favorite part is your mushy goat. Right like that. And then just take the air out of it. I do it by rolling it like this. Pull all the air out. And we'll go ahead and stick this in the fridge for 25 to 30 minutes while the rice cooks. Okay, so it's super easy for the pickling liquid. All I have here is a half a cup of vinegar, just plain white vinegar, and then a cup of regular water. And we'll just put that in a pot. And then I also have a sprig of thyme with some peppercorns and celery seed. And we'll add that to it. That's going to give it some good flavors. It's not your traditional pickling spices, but it works really good. And just a couple pinches of salt. And a lot of people say you want it to taste like the ocean. Give that a good mix. And to balance out the salt, we'll just add a small handful of sugar right in like that. It's going to be kind of a sweet pickle to it. Give it a good mix. And then turn it on a medium-high heat just until it starts to boil. Next up, we're going to do the Gastrique. Alright, so the Gastrique is super simple. It's kind of a fancy word for reduction. And I just have a cup of red wine. It's a Cabernet Sauvignon. And that'll go into a small saucepan with the juice of 3 blood oranges. Right in with it, and they really complement each other. And then I have 2 tablespoons of sugar. Go in there. And a good healthy pinch of salt. Turn that on. I turn it on high just to get it going. And let it reduce until it's about 3/4 reduced. And then it'll kind of form a thick sauce. Alright, so next up, I have a fresh Swiss chard from my garden. As you can see, it has a nice rich purple color, or pink. And I'm just going to remove the leaf part of it. And then we'll set the leaves aside because we will use them for garnish. Okay, next, just take the stem, slice them in half, and then give them a rough dice. And I also want to do a little shallot, and it just adds another flavor element to it. And I just give it a nice fine dice, like almost a mint. Alright, so our pickling liquid has boiled, and all I'm going to do is I have the Swiss chard and shallot in a container right here. I'm going to go ahead and pour it in just until it covers everything. Go ahead, stick this in the fridge, let it steep until everything else is done. The longer you let it steep, the better. Now, the final touches to this is going to be the Swiss chard for a garnish, and I'm going to do a chiffonade. So just roll your Swiss chard leaf like so, and then go ahead and run your knife through it just across it, not lengthwise. Alright, so the flank steak is done marinating. I have a pan here heated to medium-high with a couple tablespoons of oil. I'm just going to go ahead and sear the whole thing. Oh, that smells good. Perfect. We'll let that go about 2 to 3 minutes per side, and then that's for a medium rare. If you want it more well done, do 3 to 4 minutes per side. Alright, so the flank steak is done. We have a nice medium rare on it. And I'm going to go ahead and plate it up. I have my forbidden rice here that's finished, our pickled chard and shallot, and then our nice gastrique. So, to plate it, let's go ahead, grab some spoons. Now this is just a serving suggestion, so you can do it however you want. Go ahead and slice the meat across the grain. Makes it extra tender, really juicy. Okay, perfect. To start off, I just take the forbidden rice and make a nice line of it down the middle of the plate, going across from corner to corner. And then Go ahead and take pieces of steak and just in whatever little design you want, just kind of set it on the rice. Alright, go ahead and take some of your Gastrique here, and I just like to make little droplets, right like so. And then, the fun part is take some of your Chard, and that Gastrique just makes a nice little bed for it. It looks really nice. Now here's where the Swiss chard comes in handy. I just take some and just plate it up, right on each one. You're ready to go. This is a flavor explosion in your mouth. Let's try it out. Grab a fork. Probably don't even need the knife, the meat's so tender. Grab a little bit of this with the rice, some of the Gastrique and pickled onions and Chard. That was really good. The garlic really comes through with a little tang from the lemon, really tender meat, and the nice earthy forbidden rice with that bright splash of the Gastrique, and it all finishes off with some pickled Chard. It's really nice. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for some more episodes, and remember, there's always time of the day for you to make it gourmet.